Hey guys, it's Caden. I'm just recording another video because why not? I have nothing else to do. Um, and I kind of want to challenge myself in this video to kind of break down this question I've been having of why do I feel burnt out and what is burnout? Because I've been telling my family, I've been telling people the last week, especially family, just I feel so burnt out, right? It's like I know I could get another job. I know I could do this, I could do that, but I just feel burnt out and I don't want to, right? And I've been saying this a lot and I was just kind of like, what is burnout? It's like, what is burnout and why is it happening to me? So I kind of went into a deep dive on YouTube today. Um, I watch a lot of Leia and Alex Hormozy because I like the business space and I like how they think. And how he broke down burnout was when you do something without getting a reward for extended amount of time. And they're really sad with me. He brought up the analogy of video games, right? It's like you could I could play a video game all day if I really wanted to, right? And I used to do that. I haven't played video games in a long time, but when I did, and when winter comes and then we're on Christmas break, I do play video games. I could do it all day if I wanted to, right? And it's like, well, why is that? Well, it's just because there's progression, right? It's like you're getting rewarded for what you're putting in. So it's like, okay, so if we kind of go off that basis, because I think that's very true, because I wasn't overwhelmed burnout. It was like I just wasn't getting what I wanted burnout. Um, so I asked my question why do I feel burnt out, right? So if that's how we describe burnout, the reason why I don't feel burnt out is because of work, strictly work. Because I kept trying and trying, failing and failing, and I didn't get out of it what I wanted. And this took it was hard for me to really see it when I was doing the job that this is how I think. And a few days before I quit my job, or I guess got laid off, a few days before they got rid of me, I talked with one of my friends and he asked me how do you view God, right? And I was like, that's a really good question. I've never really asked myself that question, but if I had to guess, I would say something along the lines of I have a very transactional view of life, right? And in how I see it, life is God, God is life. That's just kind of how I see it. So I was like, I probably have a very transactional view of God, right? And of life. And the last week I've kind of been going around with just kind of thinking about this in the background and kind of noticing it a little bit more. And this transactional view I have 100% came from how I was raised. We have a little kid in the house, and my mom, she's homeschooling her, and I often see her say stuff like, come here, read these 5 words, and then you can have that, or then you can do that, or it's before you can have your treat, right, you have to come here and read these books with me, or before we can play, you have to do this. And it's a lot of bribing. It's a lot of bribing. And when I think back to my childhood, I don't really remember a lot, but I do remember one thing, and that was getting force-fed Jello that had medicine in it to get chocolate after, right? I wanted chocolate, and mom would be like, "Nah, you gotta eat your Jello first because all your medicine's in there." I don't know, I don't know. Maybe that's not even true. Maybe I just made it up in my head, but that stuck with me, right? And I do think I do remember being a real thing. Maybe I'm just tripping, but even if that's not true, that's how my mom treats my little sister, and I'm almost certain that's how she treated us because we were also homeschooled. So, knowing that, it's okay, you have a transactional view of life. What was the transaction you were trying to make at work, right? So, what was it that you were trying and failing at? And honestly, I don't really care what I try and fail at. Like, if I have a goal, I'm going to achieve the goal, right? And anything in the way, like people, opinions, like, I really just don't care. Um, I know how to fail, and I know how to learn from my failure. I'm not like the best at it, but I can do it, right? Like, like once you do something 3 times, you fail 3 times, it's like, you're like, okay, well, something's happening here. Let's look at this, right? So it's like the failure part, that's not really a problem because I know how to fail and overcome failure. The problem was I'm not getting rewarded. Okay, so like, what am I not getting rewarded? Like, what's the result I want? Okay, and like, there's a few things that come to my mind. The first thing that comes to my mind is like tangible feedback, like money and sets on the leaderboard for the day, and validation from others at work, like coworkers and managers and closers, and just like getting good word from people. Like, that's like the first thing I think of. And when I think about that, it's not that I care about money. Like, I've really never worked for the money. Like, I guess when I think about money in my past, because I had a goal of making 10K a month, and I made 10K a month, and when I made that 10K a month, I was just kind of like, what the heck? Like, this money really doesn't mean anything. Like, I don't work for money. I work for money because money represents something in me, and it's a signal, it's a feedback. Like, you are on track, your money's going up, right? Something's going up, and that means this is good, right? So I'm like, what is this then? What is this thing that I need all these other things to kind of validate and like feedback? And I think when you break it down to its core, from my understanding right now, it has to do something with worth or like being enough. Because you could say like, oh, Caden, it's like, well, I wanted to, like, that thing, it's skills. It's like developing my skills, right? Or you could say it's like, there's a lot of things you could say. It's like getting a promotion at work. Like, if my money's going up, I know I'm getting closer to that promotion. And it's like, well, I've been offered promotions to closer, and why wasn't I enthused about it? Why didn't I take it? So clearly, like, that's not the reward. I don't care about getting promoted, right? I don't care about the money. I don't care about the promotion. Still, what is this thing? And I think, like, it's a boring, I hate saying this, it's like a boring answer. I think it really just is like worth. Like, I just wanted to like feel worthy, maybe to like live or like receive things in life, like if I did something and I got like, let's think about like reverse. So I went on my first month of working my door-to-door job, I got invited to an expo. I worked 8 hours over the course of like 2 or 3 days, and I made 7K that week from that expo, which is like ridiculous money. Like, I was making $1,000 every day for a whole week after that from leads. And that was the month where I made my first 10K. And I remember making that 10K and just feeling disappointed because I didn't feel like I deserved it. Like, I still didn't feel like I deserved it. Like, I didn't feel like I worked hard enough to get it. Like, it just like came. Like, I just didn't like it, right? It's like, so that just kind of tells me, it's like, okay, so there's this problem and it's worth, and it's always going to be worth. Like, nothing's going to fix this. So, okay, so let's say it's my worth, right? So I was working for the results to make me feel more worthy and give me an identity that, in my mind, made me, it was an ideal, like, to become this certain person that had these things because he's worthy, whatever. But it's such a trap. Like, it's such a loop. Because now my worth is based off my doing, and it's a loop of never being satisfied, and it's constant ups and downs because some days, I mean, problem's my worth, okay? So, I wasn't getting a sense of worthiness and feeling worthy, let's say, like probably feeling worthy, feeling good, and yeah, I mean that was for a lot of reasons. There's probably also along the lines of like I thought maybe if like the struggling, or not the struggling, but if the suffering went away, that maybe that was another sign that I'm worthy, right? Because it's like, I don't know, but what am I trying to get at here? So it's this worthiness, right? That's my reward. And that is not a good reward to have, because we are creatures of like never enough. Like I think like we just always want more. Like that's how we are. Like it's our natural state to not be content with what we have. Um so and it's like your worth, like you can't control your worth. You can't. Like your identity, you can't control your identity. Even though those are things in like you can control how you see your identity and how you see your worth, but at the end of the day those are things God controls, right? And you can't control those. Like you can control your skills, how useful you are, like things like that, but your worth, your identity, it's like that's what God says it, and it's final, right? And I like took out of context and I said, okay, like I'm gonna try and make my worth and my identity, and it just like didn't turn out, and I wasn't getting that sense of feeling because it's just a loop, and the loop keeps keeps making you disappointed, because it's like you do good one day, you feel worthy for like 4 hours, you go to bed, you wake up, you have to do the whole thing over again. And it was like this for like a whole year, right? Just every day it was like, it's just this loop of like chasing money, chasing sets, trying to build skills, because if I built the skills, then I could have the success and the results. And then if I had the results, I knew I was worthy. And then from that worth, I could build more skills, and it's just, and like have more. It's just like, it was just like this huge loop. And it got to this point where it's like, you're gonna fail more than you have success. Like that's just like, that's life. Like and it's like you're gonna suffer more than you feel good in life, unless you're like really like you just got like, I don't know, 1% out there that just always feel good, and life's always jolly. But like suffering's fixed in life, and since my worth was based off my feelings and what I did, it's like I'm gonna suffer more, I'm gonna do worse more than I do good, and those things are gonna come around and attack my worth that I'm trying to build, and then slowly my worth just like depletes, and it's like my love, maybe not my love, but yeah, my love, my grace for myself is just like, it just keeps going down. I remember going to meetings at work, and my regional manager would come to me and just be like, Caden, like, you come into meetings like once a week and you like look super depressed. Like, what is going on? Like, you just ruined the whole mood of like the meeting. And I was like, damn, bro, like, whatever. But my point I'm getting across is like, it's a loop, and it was never ending. And I guess, what am I going to do about this? It's like, how do I move forward from this? And it's like, I just got to make that disconnection of my worth and what I do. And I have to change what my reward and what my result is, and why I want it, right? Because before it's like I wanted the validation, I wanted the validation for my worth, but now it needs to be a different perspective of maybe the result now is like build skills, build skills, to be more useful, or glorify God, to bring people to Christ, or something. Like, I gotta find a new goal, and I have to have a new frame, because yeah, this one's not serving me, and that's kind of why I'm burnt out. And I just gotta, yeah, something like that. I really don't know, but I'm gonna post this video, whatever. I mean, I did my best. I gave it a shot. Like, I just tried to figure it out. But yeah, I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you guys later.